World Financial Group offers entrepreneurs from all backgrounds the opportunity to start their own business on a level playing field. Dr. Yana Woodhouse, receiving the WCM Wall Street Pioneer Award by the United Black Wall Street of America, Inc., is one of those entrepreneurs.
I see WFG and TFA as a place where African Americans with an entrepreneurial mindset can flourish. And the bonus, we help families and serve the communities across the country.
To learn more about us, go to worldfinancialgroup.com.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward-thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
This is Kia Rogers, and you're listening to Urbanology with my dad, Tony Rogers, on WHCR 90.3 FM New York.
Hey, what's happening? What's
Good afternoon. This is Tony Rogers, your host for Urbanology, the Art of War. I hope all is well with you today. It's a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day, actually, that you can get up and by yourself as it may be. This is the April. We just had Earth Day, and we are now moving into Harlem Holistic Wellness Week, which is always the last Saturday in April and the first Saturday in May. This year, a number of things are going to take place. Harlem Holistic Wellness Week is always takes place on the same day as World Tai Chi Qigong Day takes place. And this year, there will be another event on April 30th, Saturday, April 30th, that will take place, which is the Market in the Heights, which is a farmer's market at the City College of New York that will go on actually every Thursday and Saturday from April, starting April the 30th to October, dealing with food issues, farmers market, there'll be pantry foods. It's a big thing on Convent Avenue from 135th Street to 140th Street. But we will start this coming Saturday there, and I'm coordinating a special tribute to a person that is dear to many of my fellow practitioners in the martial arts who passed away, Abdul Musawer. He's the one was my Tai Chi instructor for many years, and we're doing a special tribute at 12 noon on the 30th. Students throughout the world, really, because he has students all over the place, will take a 5-minute moment of silence to pay tribute to a master. if you pick up the Harlem Community News, I have an article about that coming out this week on Thursday. But if you can come out, again, we'll be in Convent Avenue between 135th Street to 140th Street. Saturday, April the 30th is the beginning of Harlem Holistic Wellness Week, as well as Market in the Heights. And the other 2 days that we'll be at Market in the Heights will be that coming Thursday, which is the 5th, and then ending on the 7th, June 7th. So again, one of the reasons why we developed Wellness Week about 10 years ago, this is the 10th anniversary, is to allow for people who may be looking for alternative ways to deal with their health and their quality of life, to understand that there are practitioners, there are people who are there that you can go to. You don't always have to, take a pharmaceutical for high blood pressure and many of the things that people take pharmaceuticals for. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing 3 women who have been involved in the wellness arena for some time, and I wanted you to kind of meet them and get an understanding of what they do, which is part of the whole idea of Harlem Holistic Wellness Week, is to promote people who are in the holistic health and wellness business. The first person that I would like to bring on is, I just met her actually, and she is a young lady that has an interesting email for those who understand about ash. Actually, her name is Ashley, but Natural Ash Body, I thought was just a brilliant way of playing on words, such as what I do with Art of War, William Anthony Rogers. But Ashley Cummings is here, and she has, she's going to tell us a little bit of what she does. And tell us a little bit, Ashley, a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So thank you for having me today on the show. My name is Ashley Cummings, and I do live in Harlem. I'm actually a registered nurse here in New York City. My brand and my business is called Natural Ash, and it's a skincare brand which provides natural body butters and lip balms. I started this venture probably around 2017 when it officially launched. Basically, I'm a registered nurse in oncology. I noticed that many patients were not taking care of their skin. They weren't moisturizing, and their skin was, prone to more infections and just very dry and flaky, which was also, a side effect of their chemotherapy and their various cancer treatments. So then I started looking at, products that the hospital provided, and many of them had carcinogens in them. And I felt like, if you're trying to survive cancer, you're getting treatment, you really want to think about what you're putting in your body and make it as natural as possible. And that's when I had the idea of I wanted to start a skincare line, which, oncology patients and survivors can use, but then everybody with skin can also use and benefit from. And that's how Natural Ash was created. So I started researching different products and different, ways I could make it. I started off with my friends and my family using it. They really liked it. That was in 2017. It took me until 2020 to actually launch the brand. And, the inspiration behind actually and the motivation behind launching it, I took a trip. So it would be New Year's, so 2020. So we left in 2019. I went to Ghana for Year of Return, which was when, it marked the 400th year of the first slave ship leaving Ghana. And everybody, Black people from America, from the Caribbean, from the UK, everywhere in the world went just to celebrate us as a culture and as a people and our accomplishments. And I just met so many people who started businesses and, were really following their passion and what they love to do. And that really motivated me to launch my brand. And
Ashley, let me just hold that thought.
Yeah.
2 things. One, I want to bring on Grafina and Laura, but it's interesting. All things happen for a reason. I'm currently doing the same type of work for Senegal. Taking people for the same reason. So it's it was an indirect commercial because that's exactly what we're trying to do, is to let African American, Caribbean Americans understand that you can do business and there's some receptivity there. I would like to bring on and hold your thoughts because I want to get back to what you said. Grafina Blake is a person who I've known. Wow. I don't know how many years. I know her daughter is graduating from college now, and I think she was, just going to college. So it's been over 4 years at least. And Grafina has so many different types of skills in astrology and in jewelry and in doing many things that allow for her to really be a good person to talk to. And she for sometimes would come to our clinic, our Key Energy Center for treatments, and just an overall good spirited person. Grafina Blake, how are you doing, Grafina?
Hi, Tony. I'm fine. Hi, Ashley. It's wonderful to meet you.
Me too.
Yes. Thank you for having me on the show. And yes, I am a woman of many talents. But for Holistic Health Week 2, I will be doing astrology and pranic healing. And I will also have my crystal jewelry out, giving off lots of energy and adorning your body and all those special things that we need to be more aligned with ourselves and the universe. So yeah.
Now, and one of the things that is always interesting, I'm going to bring on Laura, is there's more and more interest in astrological concepts and readings and the like. I see that more. And my next guest is someone that I see every day. My wife, Laura Abacintos Rogers. She's the person who actually introduced me to Key Energy Center. Laura was my financial advisor when I was at City College, and we would talk and the like. But what actually happened is I had a loved one who died of cancer, and I got kind of involved in wellness because the doctors had given up. But the other part of it is I had no more money. So then I had to go to Laura. I said, okay, I used my credit card. I did everything, but now I don't know what to do. So she started helping me with that. But then she said, but by the way, I studied in Korea this art. And if you really want to learn to do some things like that, you might want to look at the Key Energy Center and some of the things that are taking place. And the rest is history, actually. Matter of fact, we have a daughter now by the name of Kia who's 19 in college. So, a lot of things have happened around Key and Key Energy. But Laura Abacintos Rogers, please introduce yourself and tell people a little bit about yourself. Can you hear me?
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Hello?
Can hear you. That's Henry's hand. She's not.
Yeah.
It's not a spider or anything.
We're trying volume. Find the volume. Hello?
Okay, I think we can hear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hear me?
But anyway,
okay.
Moving on. We have again Wellness Week, and we have 3 individuals who have developed ways to create options for people, and that's the most important thing. Ashley, in what you do as a nurse, do you see a lot of more people leaning towards holistic wellness options rather than especially during the COVID time when people were kind of scared to go to the hospital because they didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
So for my specific patient population, I work with bone marrow transplant patients. So
Mhm.
they're specifically getting treated for either like leukemia, lymphoma, and our patients are, taking medication and chemotherapy. What we do is we add holistic options onto their treatment plans. So whether that be massages or, music therapy, and again, like using different products on their skin to just get them in a better mental space to deal with their disease treatment. So
Mhm.
it's not they don't choose one or the other. They definitely incorporate
Mhm.
holistic wellness within their treatment
Mhm.
plan.
And really, I suppose what some would say is that if they were really focused on holistic health, maybe they wouldn't have those issues because a lot of the
Right,
things
and
the
that's
brain.
that's a debate too, because when you look at causes of cancer, there's a long list
of,
from the
of
products we use to the food we eat to
lifestyles
the
and
air
food.
we breathe outside and lifestyle. There's a lot of contributing factors to that.
Laura,
Yes, I'm here.
okay,
Sorry. Can you hear
again,
me now?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Sorry about that.
There's,
Hello, Tony, Ashley, Griffina.
it's
Can you hear me now?
it's kind of like, it reminds me of the old kung fu movies where where I would see your mouth move and then I would hear you. Um, I'm not sure why we have the same service, so I'm not sure why you're not coming up.
Right.
Well, what I'm going to do,
You're.
Grafina, while we're getting that together, Grafina,
Can you hear me now, Tony?
not really. Grafina, tell us a
Uh,
little bit about what you're doing.
Not really.
okay. So, what I do is I offer astrological readings to the public, and I also do pranic healing, as well as I create crystal jewelry that helps to tap into the different energies and promote wellness of the spirit and the mind. Um, I I personally believe that I got to stop saying I personally believe that when we know ourselves and when we are able to understand who we are and how we project our energies into the universe, into the world, and into society, we're able to navigate a lot of the stressors that affect us. We're able to have better relationships with our partners and our children and with our friends. And we're able to reach our potential to a greater level. And there's nothing more better than that than to reach your potential and to really live your life and the dreams that you embrace for yourselves. um, a lot of that comes from really understanding who you are and actually loving yourself and not putting yourself in harm's way in which that you could hurt yourself emotionally and hurt others emotionally. So what my astrological readings do is that they focus on you. It's a journey that you start to undertake in understanding who you are and why you are directed or motivated or pushed to do certain things. A lot of times we have karma or trauma in which from past lives or even from earlier things in our childhood that we have not addressed, or misunderstandings about ourselves and about other people that we don't recognize. And what astrology does is that it helps to pinpoint these things. It helps you to understand yourself better and really get past these things and learn to forgive you, forgive others, and to know that we're all on this journey, on this spiritual journey, learning from each other, and that we are not supposed to be taking things personally. We're not supposed to assume things about other people's and about ourselves and our abilities. We're supposed to learn from each other, and we're supposed to learn from ourselves. And this is what astrology helps us to do. It taps into those things, those subconscious and unconscious things that are just there nagging us, but we really don't know how to put a handle on it.
Mm. Well,
As mm,
I'm sure. Laura, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear you. We
it's
were just
showing on
talking
my
about
screen. Everyone can see and hear you.
ancestral issues, and I know that one of your specialties is doing ancestral ceremonies to help people purge some of the negative blockages that ancestors have developed. Can you talk a little
Yes,
bit about that?
absolutely. Yeah. We do family ancestor like acupuncture without needles and um, doing meditation. And family ancestor healing is understanding negative to genetic disease. And not everybody knows that. Um, the genetic disease is actually the understanding. So before any pain, illness, or disease manifest in your body, or any kinds of the symptoms from headache to cancer, the source is really one of the major sources, or the root cause would be the inherited energy patterns. It's the negative patterns that we inherit from our ancestors up to 7 generations. And so when we do family ancestor healing, it actually the manifestation of these symptoms goes back to at least 4 generations. And this is also related to our DNA, because we are a copy of our ancestors. And just as children have blue eyes because their parents have blue eyes, it's the same with inherited emotional and mental has a lack of awareness of that.
And what are we going to
It's
do?
regarded as a genetic.
And one of the things that I'm going to help a little bit, because we still have a little difficulty, but what uh, was being said is that there's a way to develop healing, and you touched on it too, Grafita, by looking at the past, ancestral things that have taken place in the past. And Ashley, even one of the things that you talked about as it relates to going back to Africa, there's a lot of healing in that. There's a lot of closure. In Senegal, there's Gari Island. And when people go there, it's almost like coming back and reconnecting something. There's a certain type of feeling. But as it relates to health, um, how do you see COVID what do you see? I have my own opinions, but in my opinion is that I think that COVID made more people understand that lifestyle is going to be important, because no matter how you look at it, uh, a lot of the things that make us sick, that take us to the hospital, and I think Ashley touched on it, and she sees a lot of people who are really, suffering from lifestyle concerns. But I'll pose a question to each of you. Ashley, I'll ask you first, because I think that you are on the front line and
Mhm.
you kind of understand that. But how do you see COVID being something that opened people's eyes? So do you see that as far as I got to take care of myself a little bit more?
Definitely. I feel like the thing about COVID is that no matter how old you are, it could affect your life in some way. So, I feel like younger people tend to, they may not go to the doctors every year for their annual visits and for their annual checkups, and kind of almost think they're invincible. And I think COVID taught us that, no matter who you are, what your age is, you could still actually, contract it and be sick. And then also, once, COVID hit, people started looking at what they were eating and, what they were wearing as far as body products on their skin, and actually a lot of self-care. People started to realize how important it is to take care of our bodies and, really to put ourselves first. Like, we put in so many hours at work and we put in so many hours, again, like at our job. So you should do the same thing for yourself so that you can try to be as healthy as you possibly can. Everybody started washing their hands and, cleaning their cell phones and things that, we should do all the time. But I feel like with COVID, everybody was just a little extra alert because they were scared. And, and I feel like people still are scared because unfortunately it is still around us. So, yeah.
And Grafina,
Yeah.
you deal a lot with astrology.
Mhm.
What does and I'm going to ask this to Laura too, because she does the same. What does 2022 mean from an astrological standpoint when we talk about wellness and health, from your point of view?
Well, what we have been seeing what we have been seeing is the breakdown of these old institutions. We are coming to an age where the old ways are really just starting to disintegrate, and it's been happening for a while as we have been pushing into the Aquarian age. You're seeing these old structures, these old religious places, these forms and these thinkings in which separate us start to crumble and become obsolete. And people are now, starting to take more of a universal approach to understanding and really pushing forward to a different way of thinking. I believe we're beginning to evolve differently. We're beginning to have more of a universal consciousness other than just, I'm going to be separate and I'm just going to do my thing over here. But I also wanted to tap in about the COVID situation as far as genetics is concerned, because my viewpoint on COVID is that this is something that was definitely deliberately done, not an act of God per se. But what I've noticed is that the actual COVID, and I did have COVID at one point, it does attack your genetic history, your genetics. Whatever could you have been predisposed to genetically that might not have manifested in the physical realm, it somehow unlocks that. And what I've seen, and I can only speak about my experiences, that my grandmother on my mother's side died from tuberculosis when my mom was 3. My mother passed away from a lung embolism, and it just happens to be that how COVID has attacked me is by placing clots in my lungs. My daughter has asthma and has issues with the lungs. So these are all things that are within my family's genetic makeup that have now come to the surface, which also, when we look at it on an astrological and also with what Laura is talking about, an ancestral thought pattern, there are issues with the lungs and with breathing and with taking that breath of life that need to be addressed and looked at. So we have to also, when we look at COVID, we can't just look at just the physical, but we also have to look at the spiritual and aspect of it as well.
Yeah, well, mind, body, and spirit. Matter of fact, if your mind is not in with your body, it tends to create problems. Hey, Lord, you
Hey,
back with us?
yes.
Okay. We, you,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. We were talking about, well, we one of the things that I want you to talk a little bit about is how you've been able to mix your wellness practice with your financial consulting practice.
Well, to start with, health is wealth. Mhm. So no matter how much money you have, if you don't have your health, you're not able to enjoy your wealth. Um, the health and wealth practice just, you know, progressively evolved uh, because of my practice as a wellness practitioner, and so because of the balance of the energy, meaning that in order to be skillful and have the abilities for both, I need to be balanced. And I heard what the essence of what Rufina and Ashley were talking about. You need to take care of yourself before you take care of others. That's primary priority and the source of vital energy. Um, uh, I've been doing the wealth practice as a financial consultant for at least 30 years now, and the wellness practice since 1998. So that's over 20 years. And so I was just able to, heal myself, balance my energy in order to heal others. And now I'm definitely in a position to um, help others with their finances stress free, and also at the same time help others with their wellness through stress management. So the combination of both, I have evolved with those abilities and skills, through the healing practice. And the mission is to truly help others. The wellness center, actually, all the proceeds go to the wellness center 100%, and that is my contribution to humanity and the community. Because I'm a successful holistic financial advisor, I am able to do both.
Ashley,
Mhm.
I speaking of financial advice, why don't you tell people how they might be able to get your product and what your website is and
Sure.
and the like?
So right now, I actually I'm ending, well, for this portion of my life, I'm ending maternity leave to start making products again.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
I would hear the baby in the
Yes.
background. So
I do have a 6-week-old son right now. So I'm just now getting back in the swing of things. So
you probably need to speak to Laura.
yeah,
This is the
I
time that
know.
you plan for college.
Yes, definitely. I'll
I
keep
have to
that in
give you a
mind.
number.
Sorry.
Yes. So right now the website is
I can hold it.
naturalashbody.com. We are sold out right now, but I will be posting on my Instagram, which is at natural_ash_body, a relaunch. So I'll be posting like pre-order information so that people can get their body butters once again, because I'll be back. So right now this is like a time when I'm starting up again. So right now it's actually available in Brooklyn at the Wonder Mart store.
Right.
And if you want to find out more information, definitely hit me up. That's the website and my email.
Ashley at Natural Body Ash.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Did I press the
a good way of
yeah, so definitely it should be available soon. I'm getting back in the swing of things. I'm very excited. You know, I have a 6-week-old who I use the products on also. So it kind of, you know, he's like my new ambassador / I call him my little assistant. So
Okay.
yeah,
I guess
so
that's how it
some
is.
exciting things
And
happening.
and Grafina,
This is how it
where
is.
can people
Yes.
reach? Where can people reach you? How can people get in contact with you if they want to get
Hold on
reading?
1 minute. I for some reason I can't hear you. Can you repeat that?
How can people reach you?
Oh, okay. So you can email me at victorybgc@gmail.com. You can call me at 347-856-9018. I'm on
And
Facebook under Victoria
you'll be
Blake.
at Convent Avenue on Saturday too. I think you're going to be there, right, Professor?
Yes, I will definitely be at H2W on this Saturday. We'll be doing astrological readings, pranic healing, as well as I will have my jewelry out for display and sale. So yeah, there's many different ways that you can reach me.
And Laura, please give the listeners how they might be able to call for consultation and many of the other things that ancestor training or financial help. You never know.
Oh, absolutely. You can reach the Key Energy Wellness Center at 917-806-1801. And the email is info@Key KIENERGY Center CENTER.com. And for the financial practice, you can call my cell phone at 917-749-7244.
And again, with all of you, I'm happy to be able to make these connections and relationships. And it's funny how, you know, talking about Ghana and Senegal and all of those types of things, how things, you know, kind of connect with each other. But the more important thing is for those who are listening to know that no matter what situation you're in, the mind of the universe, God, however you may label that entity that's greater than us, have put on earth things that can help you naturally. And of course, since many of my friends are in the medical industry, there are certain traumas that, you know, if I get hit by a car, I you know, I want to go to a doctor to help me with that.
Mhm.
But if there's something that's dealing with my lifestyle, my weight, my high blood pressure, my diabetes, or if I have an ancestral problem, I don't think, you know, doctors, even though the medical tried to make that a witch doctor because they didn't want you to deal with the fact that you could go to your ancestors and heal yourself. That was getting into the money thing. But the important thing is to have, again, Laura, Ashley, and you, Grafina, to share what you do so that people will be able to understand that there are options. And that's the whole idea of Wellness Week. And you know, as we do more, hopefully we will be able to allow for more people to know that you guys are out there, that there's something that can be helpful in many different ways. And of course, Laura, you know, I always have to give a plug. I guess that's nepotism. You could health and wealth, you know, you can trust a practitioner if they have a wellness component to it, because you know there's a spiritual there, and a lot of times spirit and money don't always go together. You know, that's not always a compatible issue, as we all know.
Well,
But
it's time to change that, Tony.
well, I think things, you know, you hit on it, Grafina. We're moving into another era, and we're moving in an era of awakeness. You know, as they say, as your people say, Ashley, woke. You know? but, but it's
you know,
funny.
and I have to say this because a couple of years back I sat down with Laura I was at your house, and you were like, "You're
Yes, I
still here."
remember.
Talia and I both came, but Laura helped me out because I was always stressed about, my daughter being in college and me having to come up with the money to pay for it. And my credit was not as good as it's supposed to be because I have my businesses and I'm scattered everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, this will be a semester where I can't get my daughter to go back to school. So I came to Laura and we sat down and we talked, and she helped me to understand that money has its own vibration. Your thought patterns and the things that you project into the universe will affect how you get your resources and that money comes into you. And once I was able to retrain my thoughts, I was able to be successful in getting the resources that my daughter needed to go to college.
Who
And
will be
one of the
graduating
biggest
next
things
month,
was my
right?
daughter would say to me, "Well, mommy, I got to pay for the semester. How where's the money coming from?" And one year I was like, "I don't know, but you know what? You're going." And you know what? She went. And I have to say, she is graduating. She is walking on May 7th. It has been a long journey, and one way or another, I paid just tuition alone, a single African American mother, 109K
Well,
over four
Congratulations,
years and a
Grafina.
half by myself.
and
Okay.
and
And, and all I can say is that the universe and God is the one that helped me provide for it. And I thank you, Laura, because if it wasn't for you, I would probably have more gray hair
well,
now.
I used to give you
Congratulations.
treatments too, so I hope in my end too, because you would go from one floor to another. I would give you the energy treatments because you'll be stressed out, and then
Yes,
And
yes,
may
yes.
I just say, Tony, um, again, congratulations, Grafina. Your inner world manifests your outer world.
Hmm.
Your inner world manifests your outer world.
well, that's
So
Yes.
true.
come and have a consultation with the Key Energy Wellness Center. We just have to tweak our energy patterns and our thought patterns, and you'll be on your way. You'll be successful, happy, joyful, grateful into wellness.
Well,
Definitely,
again, it's
definitely.
all, as they say, it's all in your head. So if you think that something is going to happen, I remember in training in the martial arts, if you think you're going to get hit, you're going to get hit. You're going to manifest that punch in your face. But if you
Hmm.
think that you're not, you'll be able to avoid it. But again, I would like to, if I would like to each of you to give some last comments on what you would like to say based on the whole idea of Wellness Week and what you're doing and who you are and who you might be looking that you want to give a message to. Ashley, I'm going to let you go first.
Sure. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your bodies. Listen to your bodies. Don't ignore, if you have a pain or, something looks different on your skin. Just really like hone into yourself and know your body and know yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can't do anything in life if you're not taking care of yourself. You can't take care of your loved ones. You can't go to work. You can't maintain your lifestyle. So definitely like be aware of what you're eating, especially what you're putting on your skin. If you have any more questions, you can always, contact me about that.
Where?
At Ashley@naturalashbody.com. And yeah.
Grafina.
For me, I would definitely say, the more that you practice self-love and loving yourself, the better you will become. And forgiveness is the key. We need to learn to forgive ourselves, forgive our past mistakes, and to just put our energies forward. Think good thoughts, because it is the mind, body, and spirit connection. And once you do these things, you will see your life transformed in so many different ways that you're not even going to be able to believe it yourself.
Laura.
Yes, I'd like to embrace the recommendations of Ashley and Grafina, and adding to that, healing yourself is healing others. And just remember that you and the person you're with, as long as you are healing yourself, is also creating ripple effects to the global community, just as this show is doing. And so I just would like to invite everyone to think thoughts of gratitude, joy, love, light, peace, forgiveness, and acceptance. Just as Grafina mentioned, especially when we are stressed, especially when we are in doubt and fear, as long as you're in the love and light, and you tweak your energy, you shift your energy to a positive energy, and so that you can balance yourself, then that not only heals you, but heals others around you in your universe.
And Laura, give the best number to call you slowly.
917-806-1801 for the Key Energy Wellness Center. And the email address is info@keenergy, KIENERGY, center, CENTER.com. And for the wellness, the wealth practice, it's 917-749-7244.
And again, for everyone, all things happen for a reason. So there is a reason for you three to be here together. So I hope you exchange numbers, because you never know what might happen, especially with you, Ashley. You do have a youngster, and believe me, before you know it, they're going to be gone. So this is the time to start planning, so that by the time they get ready to go to college, you're not pulling your hair out.
Oh, no, not scrambling. Yes.
So, but and again, for those, Harlem Holistic Wellness Week is going to be starting Saturday, April the 30th, moving into May 7th, and for 3 days we'll be working with Market in the Heights on Convent Avenue, City College, on 135th Street to 140th Street. If you want more information, pick up the Harlem Community News or any of the periodicals that might be covering this, or listen to WACR 90.3 FM, or of course Soul City. We'll be talking a lot more about Wellness Week coming up. Again, we're going back to Senegal June 9th to June 16th. It's the same concept. We'll begin to Senegal saw what happened to Ghana, so they're going to do the same thing, and we will be talking a little bit more about that. Harlem Week is coming up. The Father's Day 50th anniversary cycling races is coming up. So there's a lot of things that we'll be talking about in the next couple of weeks. And of course, thank you, Matt McCoy, for being behind. I kind of like call Matt like the Wizard of Oz. He's behind the curtains. He's making everything thing happen. Except for not like the Wizard of Oz, Matt got power. He's just like there. He can make things happen. But at any rate, next week we'll be back. We're probably doing some wrap up for Wellness Week, and talk a little bit more about the trip to Senegal. So thank you all for listening, ladies. Thank you so much for sharing information, and I hope that you exchange numbers or let me know, and I'll make sure that happens, because as I said before, all things happen for a reason. No such thing as a coincidence. So take care. And again, Matt McCoy, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
More power to everyone.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Tony.
Thank
Laura,
you.
I'll be calling you.
Yes. Let's do it.
And Ashley, definitely. I'll be giving your information to a lot of people Yes,
thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, the butter, the ash, we got that ash thing going.
I love how much
You were born for that, your name,
Yes, and it's a
natural
few
ash.
meanings. Yes.
Okay.
And the three of us, let's get together.
Yeah, definitely. I love that.
Yeah, especially
Well,
since COVID is not.
Tony knows. I've been telling him, when can I come? When can I come? I'll need a treatment. He knows.
Anytime, Dorfina.
All right. So I definitely got to get there because I'm leaving for NOLA on Monday. So we have to try to connect.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you all. Take care.
Bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
More power to everyone.
Same.
Yes.
This is Kia Rogers, and you're listening to Urbanology with my dad, Tony Rogers, on WHCR 90.3 FM New York.